Welcome back to more Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Last time we got the power of flight and a whole bunch of really great new items, such as the Holy Sword and the Holy Mail. And although I'm not doing a great job of showing them off, they're quite great. Otherwise, today, we'll grab some other items back here at the beginning, and we'll make our way back to Olrox's quarters, where we can take him out, hopefully, and get some other nice upgrades. Otherwise, yeah, Wing Smash is just so good for traversal. I mean, seriously, you can get through areas quickly, you can kill enemies, it's just great. Oh, you're still alive. Whoops. There we go. Ah, goodness. And yeah, way back here at the beginning of the game, you get a nice little life max up and the power of Wolf. Now, that's not very descriptive, now is it? But the power of Wolf, if we look up here, allows you to run swiftly as Wolf. Thanks, game. Very useful. But what that means is when you run as the dog now, you become semi-opaque. And you run through enemies at incredible speed. You may not outright kill them, but you can do some serious damage. Also, I missed a tile. Gosh darn it. Well, lucky for us, we can just run right on back. After all, with the power of Wolf, you are fast as all get out. Though there is one big downside. Although you're quite quick, you burn through MP like you would not believe. So, be careful. Basically, for every enemy you hit, you rip through some MP. So it is useful, but because of its MP consumption, it's usually just better to Wing Smash and get through enemies that way. Still, Wing Smash isn't quite as fast, so if you're in a big long corridor that has a bunch of annoying enemies you really don't want to fight, just run through them with the power of Wolf, and you won't have to worry about it. It's pretty good. Also, I am totally wrong. You don't have to pick up the hearts, so that's useful. So yeah, overall, you'll probably see me use Wing Smash a whole lot more than you'll ever see me use the power of Wolf, but it is handy when it does come up. So, I like it, even if it's not, the most useful thing. Otherwise, let's see. I know where we can go. Another room that we haven't been to yet. Again, this is really just the best time in the game to go back and explore all these places, so may as well hit everything while we're here. Alright, perfect. And plus, too, with all of our new traversal abilities, it makes getting through these areas real fast. Plus, if you're quick like that, you can take out enemies and be on your way. It's really nice. And here's a really great room. You want a specific sub-weapon? Well, quite a few are here. Take your pick. You also receive the Skill of Wolf, which I believe, should we check it? Let's see, Skill of Wolf. It's a special move. So, when you become, the wolf, if you quarter circle forward and attack, not jump, you do a dash, which is pretty cool. You can't do it in the air, but you can do it off ledges. It's a little redundant, and there's really no reason to ever use it. But hey, it is an upgrade, so may as well grab it while you're here. Otherwise, in general, that's, pretty much everything you should grab on this backtrack. Once you're done with that, just head back to Olrox's quarters and should be good to go. Again, with your new bat power, should be a cinch. Now, you could teleport back to the library, and there is a whole bunch of stuff you can explore that way, But there's not a huge reason to do that right now. Generally speaking, I like to explore that whole end area up in the top right there once we've received basically every major progression item in the game, because traditionally that way leads to the Dracula fight in most Castlevanias. The giant stairway up to the big throne room where you fight Dracula. In our case, evidently, it may not be Dracula we're fighting, seeing as he only appears once every century, and evidently it's been half of that. Still, point is, it just feels right to save it for last. So, that's what we'll do. Ooh, marble. I don't want no marble. I need my pocket watch. After all, it's much better for telling the time. And man, having the Holy Sword just feels so right. It looks like the Alucard sword from the beginning in terms of its attack, and it just makes you feel so darn powerful. You haven't really seen the insane damage numbers it can hit on enemies, at least on a ton of enemies, because, you know, we're still hitting for about mid-30s. If we get lucky with a crit, maybe like a 40 or so. But on other undead or unholy enemies, this thing can hit upwards of a couple hundred. It's pretty good. All right, maybe not a couple hundred, but, you know, 100 something. It's phenomenal. Otherwise, with our new bat power, let's fly right up the center here. This is another very optional item, but trust me, you'll be happy you got it. The gravity boots. Now, you might wonder, what the heck does this do? Well, if we take a look, the wearer can jump high. Now, you might be thinking, well, what's the point of that? Well, it allows you to press down and then up and launch yourself into the sky. You can also do it diagonally. I'm terrible at doing it like that, but it's very useful. Basically, it helps compensate for how slow the bat is moving up and down. It also does use MP, same as many other items. Oh no! Well, that's where we needed to go. Well, I guess I'll talk about the item a little more. So, the whole nice point of it is that while it does use MP and does an effect that you basically already have, it's much quicker, and in a very niche case, it allows you to move in water. Now, I know what you're thinking. We've seen water of the whole, like, what, three times, basically, in the beginning of the game. It's not very prevalent. And you're correct, it really isn't. But in the areas that it is nice to have the gravity boots, so that way you can jump up very quickly. If I can input it correctly, like that. It's a nice upgrade that, frankly, you should grab, especially because you're going to be going to this clock room so many times already. You may as well grab it while you're there. Also, there's the damage I'm talking about. Some 70s. That is phenomenal. Otherwise, let's see. Basically, you just want to go right back up to where that teleport is. I probably could have got there a little faster if I had gone to the library and taken the teleport. But hey, I wanted to show off all our cool new abilities, especially like the Wolf Run. Because look at that. Makes rooms like that easy. And then, because we have the gravity boots, getting up here is a cinch. Again, normally you'd sit here and you'd fly up very slowly as the bat. But no, we don't need to. We can just gravity boots our way up if we line it up correctly and do the right input. There we go. See? Look how much quicker that is. It's awesome. Again, when you can correctly input it. Though, accuracy may not be the first and foremost thing with it, so, can't say I blame you if that's the case. Perfect. Now, the other big thing, too, is that the gravity boots allow you to do something a little silly with the librarian. If you noticed his room, you may have noted that he has a little hole beneath him, and that I very specifically haven't explored the room south of him. That's because you can't do anything until you have the gravity boots. But once you have them, you can jump into him from below, and he'll give you one of 4 potential items. The first time is always a life increase. That much you can be sure of. I believe it happens guaranteed the first time you jump into him like that. So, you may as well do it once you first get him. Or, if you're like me, you'll wait until a bit later when all of the items you can get from him are unlocked. Once we get a little later in the game, and a very certain thing happens that I'll let you know, and that's when we'll probably go and mess with him, we'll jump into him and be able to get not only the life increase, but a ring that increases our luck by a ton, which frankly, I believe you can get right now, and it might be worth going to get it just so you have it. But he can also drop the axe armor, which, like its name suggests, turns you into an axe armor. It's kind of cool. Another interesting thing, and I've kind of talked about this a little, is that there are benefits for playing the game again, doing replays. When you name your save file, once you've beaten the game and have a clear save, if you name yourself Axe Armor, you will start the game in the Axe Armor. It's kind of funny. So, ooh, nice, got a Claymore. So if you want to play the whole game wearing the Axe Armor, you more or less can. There might be some complications with movement, but hey, it's there and it's a fun little thing. So, just a cute little something that I figured I'd bring up while we're talking about the items he can drop. Now, the other item, then the 4th and final one he can drop, is something that is unlocked later once a certain story beat has happened. We can't get that one quite yet, so I'm not going to worry about it, and I'm not going to jump into him until we can get it, just because the other 3 items, other than the life increase, are random. So you might get any one of them, and sometimes it can take hundreds of jumps to get an item. So I'd rather have all 3 of the extra items available than, you know, try to get them and waste our time. Now up here, I don't think we can hit it with this weapon. We need to equip basically any other weapon. Let's put on the Holy Rod, because I know it could hit it. And one of these. Come on now. At least I think I'm in the right place. Yeah, I should be. Come on. Gosh darn it, I keep hitting the clock. You should be able to break one of the ceiling tiles here. If I'm in the right spot, which I should be. I think it's over here, actually. There it is. I don't think we can break it with the Holy Rod, so let's use Morningstar? Should work. There it is. Yup. Very sneaky. See why I didn't think I was breaking it? It looked like it wasn't even moving. Still, for coming here, you get the Sword card, which is another relic like the Bat card. It summons the Sword Familiar. There he is. Now, this is probably the best familiar for doing damage, but it has another unique thing. If you do a quarter circle, or a half circle from down to up, going to the right, hold up for a minute, and then press down and attack, you use the Sword Brothers spell, which is a spell that shows up on your list. So, make sure you perform it. Now, something interesting is that this spell list is dynamic. Depending on the time that you learn each spell, aka the time you use each of them, your list will change. They're not in a set order. So if you learn, say, Sword Brothers first, and then you do Wing Smash, followed by Dark Metamorphosis and Spirit, or Summon Spirit, that's the order they'll appear in. Kinda cool. It's not a detail that ultimately matters, but it is still a neat little thing. Otherwise, fill in these pesky map squares. That way we don't have to come back later. Beautiful. And then otherwise, fly up to the right here. Yeah, I probably should have just used the gravity boots, but it's not a biggie. Use a Wing Smash, get us over there nice and quick. Hey. No, I don't want the Bible right now. Beautiful. And then I believe our boss fight is coming up right soon. Now here's a funny little thing. You can't get through there as normal Alucard. My goodness. There I go, tripping over my words again, trying to speak so quick. But you can get through there as a dog, bat, or even mist. And if you get here, he gets stuck, which is funny. In order to get out, just turn into a bat or dog. Should be fine. So yeah, kinda hilarious. Otherwise, time for a boss fight against Olrox. He is decently difficult. But if you use your time-slowing powers, you shouldn't have much trouble with him. I don't think he's that bad to fight. He is cool, though. There you go. Huh? Uh-oh. So yeah, he's got more than one phase. Now, notably, he is weak in the head there. So yeah, see, we're hitting, what, 68 compared to the like, 18 we were hitting? Ow. But yeah, he's not that bad. Especially with our nice holy sword, he takes quite a bit of damage. But man, what a cool boss, huh? He's got that awesome fanfare and everything. Just what a flashy guy. Still, for defeating him, you receive a rather nice reward. Namely, the Echo of Bat. Now look, this isn't an incredibly useful one, but it is necessary if you don't know what you're doing. The Echo of Bat. Use radar as a bat. So, when you press the top face button, you can use radar. It doesn't have a very apparent effect right now. Later on, though, it will do something extremely useful. So, make sure you come and get this. Like I said, you don't technically need it if you know what you're doing, but it makes things a lot easier. So, let's warp back to the library. And at this point, it's basically time to explore, whoopsies, the underground. But I figure while we're here, seeing as we're already in the neighborhood, let's stock up on some library cards.
Thank you.
Sell some gems.
Thank you.
Thank you, guy. And, I mean, we could look at the enemy list, but no point.
Farewell for now.
And while we're here, seeing as I already went out of my way to come here, we can bounce into him a little as a treat. I mean, look, I can't go mentioning it and then not do it, right? I mean, come on, that'd be rude. Otherwise, too, while we're here, let's explore up here. Just because, may as well, because you get the anti-venom potion and the fairy card. Now, I very specifically want to bring notice to the fairy card, because she can help
Your
you
word
use...
is my command.
Yeah. Our word is her command. She can use those items that you found. The golden apple, the hammer, and I think something else. The other nicety of her is that she will reveal, or at least help you find, hidden walls. So, if you've been struggling to find them throughout the game and you don't want to just hit every single surface with every weapon, basically, well, she's here to help you. Another cute detail that there we go, is that she'll sit on Alucard's shoulder if you give her some time. It's cute. And then she falls off. It's adorable. Ultimately, I don't use any other familiar than the sword card, because the sword has a special effect once it hits level 50, which takes forever. So if I were you, make sure you're leveling the sword card, because it takes a while. Otherwise, we have all of the library basically filled in. We just need to go do some bouncing real quick, and we should be good. Excuse me, literature. I don't need to read anything right now. Does make you wonder what kind of books Dracula keeps, though, huh? I mean, seriously, I never fancied the guy for a literature buff, but I guess when you're around for that long, there really isn't much to do other than read, huh? Ow. Perfect. And otherwise, get that map nice and filled. And of course, they filled this area with flea men. Why wouldn't they? Nothing can ever be convenient. But you come in here and you get a bronze curious. Otherwise, gravity boost them, get that HP increase. Now, like I said, you can keep doing it over and over again, and maybe he'll give you something. Basically, as long as you make sure he doesn't hit his head on the ceiling, I believe he has a chance of dropping something. You might need to exit the room, so maybe let me do that just to make sure. But you're gonna chew through MP so quickly doing this that maybe don't worry about it right now. Again, it's kind of the reason I like coming back later in doing this, just because you have a lot more MP to work with. And as you can see, he's rather stingy, but eventually he'll give you the goods. The Ring of Arcana, the one that I wanted, because it increases rare item appearance. I'm honestly just going to throw that on because it can give you a whole lot of extra drops you otherwise may not get. There are only 2 of them in the game. That's one of them. So you may as well grab it while you're here. And look, I know I said I would do that later because it was more time efficient, and it is. But I mean, hey, I'm not speedrunning the game, now am I? Still, I want to say my record for actually getting through this game is 5 hours and 30 minutes? Which, not bad. I mean, it's no actual speed run or anything, but, I mean, look, it's not the worst time in the world for someone casually playing through the game. I mean, hey. Otherwise, let's see. We want to go to the south, basically follow the giant long corridor, and that'll bring us exactly where we need to go. Sounds good to me. Ooh, you know, I never broke this, did I? So, break it, you get a nice little life increase. Very useful. And I don't think I ever broke this one either. Nope, get a garnet. Very nice. Then otherwise, just make your way all the way back here. I gotta say, I love this hallway just for how quickly you can go through it. Plus, too, I mean, if you remember the story I told, it's nostalgic for that reason, too. Plus, I like the eyeball that's staring at you in the background, which, if you haven't seen it, you can see it through the window there. See him? It's kind of creepy. But I think it's a nice little detail, nevertheless. And then otherwise, look at that! We're almost there. My, how things fly by, huh? Beautiful. And then up we go. And I gotta say, the area that's coming up is probably one of my favorites. It is so darn cool. But there's a reason that I waited so long to come here. It really is a matter of efficiency. Now, while it would have been more efficient to go to the librarian and jump bounce him later, there were things you could immediately get from him. So, at least there was, a point. This area, though, if you come here earlier in the game, you can explore most of it. But there's going to be an area that you can't get to right away, and there's some pretty tough stuff down here. So you want to make sure you're coming here once you're ready, and you have your traversal abilities, because otherwise you're just going to be wasting a lot of time coming back here later when you really don't need to. Still, getting all the nice upgrades now is certainly a boon. Also, the bandana spelled with 2 N's. Alright, sure. Admittedly, I always thought bandanas were pretty cool. A lot of characters wield them. Wield them. What am I talking about? Like they're a weapon. Wear them. I'm thinking about wielding, because here we are using swords and weapons. My goodness. I doubt anyone's ever confused wearing with wielding before. I mean, come on. Granted, internet's a big place, so I'm certain someone's done it. But man, what a verbal mess up, huh? I do that a lot, and I mean, especially when I'm playing a game like this, where it's constantly just having to keep moving and playing and, talking all at the same time, it can get a little intense, especially when, you're having to focus on everything you're doing because one mess up could lead to a game over or death and losing several hours of progress. It's not that fun. I mean, the game's fun, of course. Just the having to pay attention more part. A lot of people usually aren't too big a fan of paying attention, so I get it. Still though, every part of this game I feel is just so captivating. There is never a dull moment. I mean, seriously, I could play this game over and over and over again, and it would still be so fun. Also, welcome to the underground cavern. We went the inadvertent way to get here. So, let's gravity boots our way up this nice long tunnel. Perfect. And let's break this candle holder here, because it has $400. Very nice. Not that we super care about money, but hey, it's nice nevertheless. Nice big empty room. Ooh, a claymore, which if you remember, we actually got one of those as a rare drop, so that's cool. Still, it's nice that you can get it here too. Not all weapons in this game are guaranteed to be obtained. Some of them are required to be farmed if you want them, so keep that in mind. There might be a really cool weapon in the game that you'll just never see because you didn't fight the right enemy for possibly minutes, hours, or even days. Now look, there's nothing that's so extremely rare or valuable that you really should go out of your way like that. But, you might want to, farm certain weapons. This certainly doesn't look like our normal save room. So let's give it a try, huh? Man, that looks cool. The Nightmare.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But, Mother!
It's all right. If my death can save others, I'd gladly surrender my life.
Mother, no! Please, no!
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die, and remember always my last words to you.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They are to be your prey.
What?
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that one over there.
No, it wasn't like this.
What's wrong? Alucard.
My mother never said such a thing.
What do you mean? Kill them and bring them happiness.
No, you're not my mother. What kind of demon are you?
You broke free of my spell. I like that.
Demon, death is too good for you.
Come here, little boy, and show me what you've got.
Oh, we certainly will. Now, luckily, the watch does affect her a fair bit. Slows her down, at least. And, we get a very anticlimactic fight.
Darkling, I smell your blood. You're a vampire? Could it be... that strength, that beauty? You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you!
You know, there's no way I could top that performance, so I won't try. But we'll get the gold ring, one of 2 required rings to beat the game. I think that's a pretty darn good item to grab. And man, what a nightmare, huh? I can tell you, having or hearing something like that from your mother would really mess you up. So, I feel bad for Alucard. Still, he's a virtuous soul. And now he gets to save his game. Thank goodness. And hey, wouldn't you know it, that's the end of the episode. Next time we play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, we'll explore the underground and see just what's in store for us. As always, I'm Brad. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.